Hey, what's up guys? It's Ryan, and welcome back to another highly requested video. Now first off, I want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the previous load order video, but I did receive a lot of comments asking questions, and just people were having some trouble getting things set up, and they were asking about the types of settings that I used inside of certain mods, so I thought that would be a great idea to bring for you guys here today. So if you guys have been using my True RPG load order that I released last week, this will be a video that kind of goes through and shows you how to get all the mods nice and easily, and shows you how to kind of get started with the load order so that you don't have as much trouble whenever you download it. So if this is the first video you're seeing regarding the load order, I'd strongly recommend going and checking out the actual load order video itself. I'll leave it linked in the description, and you can also see it up on screen right now. But for those of you who downloaded the load order or were thinking about downloading it, and maybe you had some trouble in the past, or you're just, it's 150 mods, so there's a lot of mods to install here. Today I'm going to be showing you, the quickest ways of doing it, some problems that, have happened in the past that people have commented about, and some kind of oversights that I may have missed, and mods that we're going to go over. There's a lot to cover here. So without further delay, I'm just going to jump right into the mod section, and we're going to get started here because there was a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about, and I just really wanted to bring a new video out to you guys. I know I said I wanted to take a break, but I can't really leave YouTube. This is my home. I really love being here, and I took, what was it, like a week and a half almost, and then I broke, and I really couldn't do my break anymore. I can't stop uploading. This is just so much fun for me, and I love bringing content to you guys. But actually getting into the load order itself. So there was a couple things that people brought up to me. First off, the Perks and Magic Mega Bundle. As you can see right in the middle of the description here, it says the Ordinator Perks of Skyrim also includes the 20% more perk points and the perk points at skill levels 50, 75, and 100. And I actually did put them in here inside of our load order here. If I can scroll down, I actually did have them in here. Yeah, 20% more perk points and perk points at skill levels 50, 75, and 100. We actually can get rid of these because that was a bit of an oversight on my end. I do read all the mod descriptions, but I don't know how that slipped past me. I guess I just read Ordinator Perks and then, stopped reading after that. But yeah, as you can see, it says it has those mods installed. So we can actually have 2 free mod slots, bringing us down to 148 out of 150 mods. So if you guys wanted to slip some other mods of your own in there, you definitely can. But moving on to another thing, I know a lot of people have been having a lot of trouble finding the Sneak Thief Opulent Collection mod, which is right here. They said that they just find the patch and they can't really, find it just by searching for it. This has been a problem with this mod for quite some time now, and the reason why it does this is because it's set as a mod that's a work in progress. So it's not really a mod that you can just straight up download from the mod page here. I wish you could. I really wish you could. And I really don't know how I stumbled across this mod because that was how I downloaded it. So I don't know. I never got this from online or anything like that. It was just on my Xbox, but a lot of people were telling me that it's almost impossible to find through the search tool. So I made a separate video a while back telling people how to actually use the links in my pinned comment to actually download mods from Bethesda's website. So if you want a more in-depth tutorial on how to actually get mods from the Bethesda website to your Xbox, I'll make sure to also link that in the description for you and put it up on screen now for you guys to check out. But that was just to find the Sneak Thief Opulent Collection along with the Imperial Stone Forts of Skyrim. I don't know that this is a mod that is, a work in progress mod as well, kind of like how Sneak Thief is, but I do know that this is also a very hard mod to find apparently for some reason. So if you guys are having trouble, I have it linked in the pinned comment of the load order video so that you guys can go ahead and download it there. But these mods do exist, so I just wanted to point that out there. These do exist on consoles, so you will be able to download them, I promise. Another thing that my friend Love King actually brought to my attention, he surprised me with a brand new RTD Weathers all-in-one mod, which is a combination of all of my favorite weather mods into one mod, and then he added a couple more on top of that. So you guys know my favorite combination of weather mods. I'll scroll down here and show you. Let me just get to the bottom here. So my favorite is the Surreal Lighting, Eternal Sunshine, Far Better Sun, Enhanced Night, and the Mythical Ages Weather Overhaul. And if I back out here and go to RTD Weathers, look what we got. We got Mythical Ages, we have the Enhanced Night Skyrim, Surreal Lighting, and Eternal Sunshine. So, and then the other mods that he's included on here, we have the Sun Reworked, Obsidian Mountain Fog, Simple Rain, the Snowflake mod, Lightning During Thunderstorms, and the Weather of World. So there's a ton of extra mods now installed on top of that, and it already includes all the other mods that we have. So let's just grab a download here. Boom, there it is, okay. And now I'll go grab it from the bottom. And I'll just go stick it right where our other weather mods were. And that should also cut us back on the other mods, so now you'll be able to install even more. Oh, should go right here, yep. RTD Weathers. So now we are up to 144 out of 150 mods here. So you can now install 6 more mods on top of that without losing any other mods that we already had installed. And like I said in the load order video, you don't actually have to download all 150. I know a lot of people make that misconception. You know, you really don't have to download all the mods. These are just my recommendations and just my favorite mods. And I really just wanted to dive in, fill all 150 mod slots and make it the best load order that I possibly could. But just because it's my favorite load order doesn't mean that there's mods that, you have to leave out. Add them to your heart's content. Customize the load order to your heart's content. This really can be customized in any way, shape, or form. Just make sure to be responsible about the mods that you add. Read the descriptions, make sure you know where the mods are going, just stuff like that, and be careful with the mods out there. Now, the final thing that I want to cover before we actually jump into the game itself and go through the tweaks and settings there, I want to say that the Imperial Stone Forts of Skyrim mod, like we talked about before and how it was a very hard mod to find, Love King went upon himself and made a brand new updated version of that mod as well. So it looks like Love King's really looking out for us out here and bringing us a better weather mod and combining them all together and then making us find Imperial Stone Forts of Skyrim even easier. Like, I found this just by searching Imperial Stone, and people were telling me that they were having so much trouble finding this mod, and now it's just brand new, updated, and by our friend Love King, so it's not going to go anywhere. So thank you again, Love King, for helping us out there, and I'm now going to just add this mod instead here. So that's a great little thing we just found there. Alright, now that we're actually set up and loaded into the game, I just started a brand new game, and here's the alternate start mod where we start our actual official start for how we want to start our playthrough there. But you'll notice you won't be able to open up your menu or anything like that because our UI mod changes a couple of the buttons on how to open stuff up. I actually really like how this is set up. So B is actually crouch now, and you use LB up in the top left to actually press shift. That's more so the shift key now. So now you can hold LB and press B, which brings up your inventory there, which is more so just weapons, apparel, stuff like that. And then if you hold LB and press X, we got magic. So let me bring something out. We're going to do, let's just grab the cheat spell and stuff like that, just a couple things like that. Shift and Y brings up the favorites menu. So as you can see, the stuff that I just favorited, such as the cheat teleport, cheat game options, that type of stuff, we have nice and favorited. And then LB and A brings up the map. You can access all of the map there. LB and start, you'll see in the top left corner, progress quickly scribbled. That is a autosave or a quick save there. And then LB and select gives you the actual menu itself, which you can use to look at your skills. So yeah, so I really like how Skyrad UI does this change and makes it so the inventory is a lot easier to navigate and you can kind of do it instantly. But moving on, we have the other stuff that is included in our load order. So we're going to first go down and change our power of self-vision, which is going to be how we view the world. So first things first, I'm going to change my FOV to 100, which if I bring up the menu here, you'll see everything kind of shoots back a little. I love playing on 100 FOV. I wish it could go higher, but 100 is pretty good there. Now, as you can see, when I go into third person, it's over my right shoulder. I actually really like that, but you can change it to whatever you'd like. So in this, you have idle, melee, ranged, and the zoom. Zoom meaning whenever you do something like this and farther away. You can edit all of these options here. So what I like to do is for idle, I make it so it's on the right side. Melee, if it's just a regular sword, I make it centered. Ranged, I do over my right shoulder. In my zoom, for the minimum, I put it as very close. And for maximum, I put it as very far, which allows me to get some really cool camera angles. As you can see, if I go all the way to this corner of the wall, I can zoom all the way pretty much to the other side. And same being whenever you zoom in really close, you can get extremely close on your character. So I really like that. And then whenever I use magic, such as ranged, see it goes over my left shoulder there. And then if I'm unarmed, so let me actually get rid of my spells here. If I'm unarmed and have nothing, now it's in the middle. So you can alter your camera to be in a bunch of different angles, and the ones that I just showed you there are my preferences. And let's see, whenever it comes, I get a lot of questions about using this dynamic display settings spell. I actually don't change anything. I leave it at default, but I love to leave it in my load orders because I know a lot of other people like to play looking like it's Oblivion, and they really like to boost the bloom levels everywhere. Or if some people have darker TVs or they have their brightness not as high, they can change their brightness in every single interior or exterior that they go to. So I just play with default dynamic display settings, but if you guys want to change it, you can edit pretty much anything with this mod. So if you're saying, oh, it's a little bit too dark in this room, you can bring this up and you can change the brightness, saturation, the contrast, even what color it is. You can increase the reds, greens, and blues. Like I said, the bloom, depth of field. You could change a bunch of different stuff here, and I really like this mod. But like I said, I really don't change too much about it. I just like having the options. And I also love the fact that, see where it says in the middle here, location ID, 0 of 127, and it also says is interior 1. This is basically your way of altering every single interior in the game. So let's say I really like how it looks like on the outside, but then I walk into the Bee and Barb or something like that, and I hate how it looks on the inside. And then let's say I change the brightness on the inside of the Bee and Barb, but now I'm worried about when I exit the Bee and Barb, isn't it gonna be like crazy bright like I just changed everything? No, it's actually linked to the actual interior itself, which I really love. So if I change the interior brightness of the Bee and Barb, it's just the Bee and Barb that's affected. It's not everywhere else, which is what you're seeing here in this location ID. So I can change the brightness, saturation, contrast, everything here, and you'll probably notice some minimal changes to the video here, but it changes it in increments of 0.05, so it could take a little bit to, get a big solid measurement, but, I really like to boost the saturation for screenshots. That's very, very nice. But yeah, you can play around with this and tweak your game to however you'd like with this. Now, there really isn't many other settings that I change every time I start a playthrough. That was really everything that I wanted to cover in this video, but I do want to say that with this statue of Mara here, we can now choose anything and anywhere to start the game, but I will say that you never want to choose the vanilla start. I mean, why would you download the alternate start mod anyway if you were just going to use the vanilla start? But besides that, vanilla start doesn't work with this load order because of our physics mods. You'll get stuck on the chopping block if you try. So in order to actually play through and say you want to do the vanilla start, you could either remove our physics mod and then put it back in after, or if you actually wanted to have a start that's close to Helgen, you could just say that you were camping in the woods here. So let's say you're camping in the woods, good hunting, and we're going to turn around and we'll actually be pretty close to Helgen, which is a very nice little touch there. So it's like a nice little way to start the game in a vanilla style, but not be tied to crossing the border type quest. You can actually be whoever you were or whoever you wanted to be in your role-playing character and not have that vanilla start tied to you and actually have your game function as well. So it's pretty much a win-win of a start. But you can start anywhere. Every other start works perfectly. This is just the one that gets you closest to Helgen. All right, and here we are. We just started. We were camping in the woods here. We got to begin our new life, and there's Alduin flying over the hills right as we start. He's going to fly right over us. We got the quest Unbound completed. Here's our little campsite that we started at. We have a little bit of armor to start out with, but yeah, we open up our map here, and there it is, Helgen. You just go and investigate and start your playthrough from here. So like I said, though, you can use any start that you could possibly want. This is just the closest one to Helgen. If you want to do more of a vanilla start where you're close to Helgen and you kind of just start from there. But yeah, that is all the little tips and tricks and little extras that I wanted to say in my video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and hopefully this helped you guys out for the actual load order and getting started for yourself. I'd love to hear how your playthroughs are going. I know the load order's been out for about a week now, so I know a lot of people got a jump start and made their characters. So let me know how it's going. I'd love to hear your stories in the comments down below. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to let me know by leaving a like and subscribing if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later.